After the collapse of Afghanistan, who will trust the United States' word ever again? Will Middle East countries instead rely on Russia, Iran, or China?
That the manner in which the United States comprehensively abandoned the Afghan government, which was its ally, will make many other reluctant American allies think twice about depending on American commitments.
Even now, Western rivals and enemies are celebrating. Iranian government-controlled Press TV released this mocking warning to Asian countries, hoping for defense against China.
And those countries will also look now and will be asking, why would we do that? America and Western countries are clearly fair weather friends. China or Russia is the more reliable partner, so let's go with them. That will have a massive impact, I think, on strategic matters.
The most immediate consequence will happen far closer to home, though, the destabilizing of the Middle East, even as the last U.S. administration tried to build a broad coalition against Iran's increasing militarism.
President Biden has I wouldn't say abandoned Saudi Arabia, but certainly distancing himself from Saudi Arabia and their war in Yemen, and is clearly trying to reinvigorate the nuclear deal with Iran. And I think that will give greater concern to Saudi and other states in the Middle East about the reliability of America when the chips are down.
And that has significant domino effects. An emboldened Iran that does not fear military confrontation is free to support terror groups across the region, who will themselves also be emboldened to strike against Western interests.
Radical Islamist groups from all over the world had congregated in Afghanistan, first to fight the Soviets, and later on to work with Al-Qaeda. Now, the radical Islamists will be armed with a new narrative. Our jihad drove out the Soviets, which was one superpower, and now we have driven out the Americans, which is the other superpower, and the only superpower is God.
Iran has a long history of hosting high-level Taliban officials and negotiating with them against American interests. And now strategic planners are worried that Iraq could fall the same way. And it is already heavily infiltrated by Iranian interests. Iraq was also subject to the same training and nation-building as Afghanistan. And much like the Afghan army threw down their weapons in the face of the Taliban's advance, the Iraqi army did the same thing during the Islamic State's advance. Is the fall of Afghanistan a harbinger of the Middle East to come?